Hey everybody, hope everyone is doing good today. I'm sitting outside in my backyard, looking at some nice flowers and just enjoying the wonderful weather. Because today I want to do something a little different. So usually in these videos I give you a topic and I give you some answers, or I answer your questions or questions I've gotten from people in the past. Today I actually want to propose a question, because there's been a lot going on in the world related to issues of race, colonization, indigenous relations, and these things don't get discussed in numismatics very much, or in the coin world. So I want to, when I'm not being interrupted by squirrels, propose a question of how do we present numismatics in a modern context? Because although the coins themselves are not at fault, they do represent something. So I'm going to give you a couple examples. I'm going to give you some of my thoughts on them, but I want to know, what do you think? So for example, we have the coins from Germany, East Africa. We've got the ones from the East India Company. These are very much objects from the colonial period. I mean, East India Company, you cannot mention them without also mentioning the darker side of what happened in India and many of the other British colonies. Same thing, I mean, Germany, East Africa, horrible things. And I believe actually the German government just did an apology not long ago for one of the massacres they committed. So we've got coins from them. We've got coins from a place like Zanzibar, of German East Africa, and also British colony at one point. And I've got a bunch of their coins as well as Muscat and Oman. But Zanzibar was a hub for slavery. I've been to the slave quarters in Zanzibar because it's a museum now, and I mean, I can't even stand up straight when I'm in the slave quarters, and I'm not that tall. I'm only 5'10", about 180 centimeters. So, these coins represent part of that past. They represent slavery, because these coins would have been used potentially in the slave trade, and that's horrible. So, how do we represent coinage of a place like Zanzibar, or coinage from British East India Company? We also have to look at, countries that no longer exist or that have gone through changes. So, like, I've got a lot of coins from the Russian Empire and the Soviet Union. I've got a number of their coins because it's one of the main areas I collect. But I mean, for some people, the Soviet Union brings back terrible memories. I mean, especially if you had relatives who lived during that period. For a lot of people, that is a very unpleasant topic. And I mean, I've got lots of friends who are from what is now the former Soviet Union, and for many of them, they don't like talking about that period, and even presenting that history is a very sensitive topic. Or even, I've got a number of coins from formerly Yugoslavia, or the Kingdom of Yugoslavia, like these from Kingdom of Serbs, Croats, and Slovenes, Kingdom of Yugoslavia. Went through a horrible period in the 90s. So how do we look at these coins in an apolitical way that presents them for what they is, but also presents them as a way of representing the things that have happened in the past? Additionally, you could look at stuff from the Ottoman Empire. I have a number of Ottoman coins in my collection. So how do we present Ottoman coinage in a way that celebrates, the grandiose of the empire, but also the horrible things that happened? This is something I don't really know the answer to, but I'd like to know what people think. How do you present coinage of the Ottoman Empire, especially when much of it was minted kind of outside of Anatolia? What about World War II? I mean, I've got a bunch of World War II coinage. I have German coinage, and I have stuff like this. You know, Serbia, occupied Serbia. I have some French occupied ones as well, and a number of other countries. But how do we present World War II Nazi coinage as a numismatic item, but also as a commemoration of the things that have happened? What do you think? This is something I honestly don't know the answer to. I don't think there is one answer. So I'm opening it up to a discussion of, you know, these are just a few kind of sensitive topics. So I ask, how do we discuss sensitive topics in numismatics, especially nowadays, you know, when we're trying to reconcile indigenous relations? I mean, I'm Canadian, so how do we reconcile our past and also present something like coinage? This is turning into a little bit of a rant, but I hope everyone understands where I'm going with this, that I actually don't know. I don't know the answer, and I'd like to know your thoughts. So send me a message, comment. I'd like to open up this as a discussion, so let's try and keep things civil, and let's see what we can learn. I'd like to know your opinions. Bye-bye for now.